I simply can't stand out.
You see Ross, who's strong.
Cowboy man. Where'd we have the baby?
There we go.
Oh,
Come on.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Chag Sameach. Good to see everyone. I see a lot of good costumes and funny hats. It's great to see everyone here this evening as we celebrate Purim. Just a couple of quick announcements. As you can see, this thing is pretty heavy. I've got a whole goalie mask on top of my head. It'll still be on and off. I mean, it smells like hockey, but it'll be off and on during the course of the service. I'm going to try to read the Megillah with it on and see how it goes. Always up for the challenge. Just a couple of announcements before we begin services this evening. We are going to mute everyone during the course of services just so that we can focus and spotlight on the rabbi and the cantor and Beverly, the wonderful music they provided, any of our presenters this evening. As you can see, the closed captioning is activated, so it'll be interesting to see what it comes up with when it tries to translate the Hebrew this evening. Purim is all about laughter and celebration. Hopefully, the Hebrew translation will give you a little bit of laughter with that. But in the English parts, it will be there for you to enjoy. So please, if you have a part tonight in tonight's service, just remember when the rabbi calls upon you, just remember to unmute yourself before you begin and then mute yourself following your part. We look forward to those who are participating in this evening's service. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to the rabbi to begin this evening service. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Can everyone hear me? Go like this if you can hear me. No, you can't hear me. They can't hear me? They can hear me? Fine. Joan Sheffield, can you hear me?
You're fine. You're good.
Make up if you can hear me. Okay, good. Thank you. Happy Purim and Shabbat Shalom. The rabbi's on vacation, but I'm here in his stead. My name is King Achashverosh from Persia. And so it's good to be here in the desert. And I'll try to, my native language is Persian. I don't really speak any Hebrew, but I'll do my best. And then I'd like to try out for the hockey team, Andre, if that's possible. In Persia, we have a very active hockey program, desert hockey, which might work in Phoenix, actually. I'd like to now introduce our president, Marvin Barris, to do Purim announcements and Shabbat announcements. And here you are, Marvin.
Can you hear me? There we go. So I want to thank the rabbi yesterday for the wonderful explanation of the holiday of Purim, which we never experienced before, quite frankly. And hopefully we will not consider that when we celebrate the holiday tonight and also on Sunday, because it will really be confusing. Thanks for everyone for showing up for our Shabbat and Purim services. I have a couple announcements to make regarding what's going on in the near future. We are working diligently to reestablish services in the main sanctuary for those people that want to attend and have had 2 shots and a couple of weeks of time that has elapsed since their second shot. You'll get news about this in your emails during the coming weeks. That's one of our exciting news. The other thing is, after Purim comes Passover, another exciting holiday, and we have all kinds of events planned for that, including multiple small seders outside that we hope everyone will consider attending. In addition, we will have our usual online service like we did last year, online Seder like we did last year. That'll be something for everybody, and we hope that you all enjoy the holiday in one way or another. Sunday at 11:30 will be a celebration with the religious school of the holiday of Purim. We will have in our parking lot a service where we will read the Megillah under supervision of Andre. Right, Andre? There we go. And I hope everybody shows up and enjoys the children's celebration of Purim and our own celebration of Purim. There'll be music, there'll be the reading the Megillah, and some prayers, and we'll get to see each other, although it might be by a little distance. There are other announcements that people want to make. I think Sisterhood wants to make an announcement. Is that correct?
Yeah, Judy Fagan from Sisterhood. Just a reminder, on Monday, March 15th is our monthly program, which will be our Sisterhood Seder that we've been doing for 15 years. And it's at noon. The cost is $18, and we have our menu of hard-boiled eggs, gefilte fish, parsley, oranges, which is a woman's thing, harosas, horseradish, chicken salad, Israeli potato kugel, and masa, and desserts. And the desserts are consisted of my little Simcha cake that is made for Passover. So we don't want you to miss out on that. You may pick them up on Sunday from 1 to 4, and that is the day before. So everything will be fresh for you for Monday on the 15th. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. And I want to make another quick announcement. We welcome Glenn Zelkin as president of Brotherhood and welcome him to the board of directors of Temple Beth Shalom. Thank you, Glenn, for all of your effort. And also Warren Benkover has been appointed to the board as well. And thank you, Warren, for the work that you will be doing on behalf of the temple. And with that, Rabbi, we're looking forward to the service.
Thank you, Marvin. I want to wish a happy anniversary to Denny and Bonnie and many, many more. I think they've been married for 10 or 12 years. I'm not sure. You'll have to ask them the exact number. And I was married to my wife, Vashti, for a long time until we had a big argument, as you'll read in the Megillah. And then I married Esther, but that's another story. I want to wish you Shabbat Shalom and Happy Purim as we begin our festivities with the Chag Purim song. Cantor and Beverly, over to you. Oh, wait, Cantor's not here. Cantor, what happened to the Cantor?
I displaced him. I'm the court musician from your court. You don't even recognize me.
I don't recognize you because I had a bunch of them heads chopped off a few years ago.
They're using those for soccer balls now, I hear.
Ah, that's good. So you're one of the new musicians that replaced those. I may be time to chop a bunch of heads off again, but we'll see how you sing.
Okay.
Over to you, court musician and Beverly.
Ag Purim, Agadol Hayudim, Masechot Rashanim, Zemirot Likudim, Alpanarisha, Rush, Alpanarisha, Rush, Alpanarisha, Rush, Bara Ashanim. Purim Day, gladsome, joyous holiday, happy throngs, singing songs, masked to dance away. Round go the groggers, rush. Round go the groggers, rush. Round go the groggers, rush. For this Purim day. Did I keep my head?
Do I have to decide now?
No.
Okay. I don't have a good knife. Oh my. All right, we're opening Shabbat ritual tonight with the Shalom Aleichem, and we'll follow that. That's
louder, Rabbi.
No sound.
That with the Hadlakat Neirot, which will be lit by Hannah and Samantha, who are our wonderful K2 teachers, and then they will do the creative reading on page 121. So first, Shalom Aleichem.
Andre, we have no sound.
We can't hear Rabbi.
No sound.
Testing 1, 2. Can you folks hear me? Can anyone hear me? Oh, you're back.
Okay. Can you hear me now, Fran? Can they hear me now?
Very faint.
All right. What about like this? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Oh, okay. So can you hear me now?
yes.
Okay. It looks like it's okay. I wanna wish a happy Purim to Fran. Fran, I was over her house a little while ago. She gave me the most delicious lemons. I don't know if there's a connection between lemons and Purim, but I want to wish Fran a very happy Purim. We turn now to the lighting of the candles, page 120.
Hannah, are you ready?
I am ready, Sam.
Okay.
2, 3.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. I think it's funny watching the closed captions.
And then as these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lihadlik ner shel Shabbat et Yom Tov.
Did Sam and Hannah do the creative reading? Yes, okay. Okay. We continue now with the Lecha Dodi on page 138.
Lechadodi likrat kala, B'nai Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, B'nai Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, B'nai Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, Shabbat nekabela, Shamor v'zachar v'debur ekar, Ish mi'anu el ha'miyuchad, Adonai echad, Shemo echad, L'shemo tiferet v'litpilah. I'd like to turn now to Denny Cutler, who's going to read us the Purim top 10 list.
I have to tell you, I did not write this list, but I will really be glad to read it to everybody. Number 10, making noise will not get you in trouble. Number 9, levity is not reserved for the Levites. Number 8, if you're having a bad hair day, you could always wear a mask. No one will know who you are. Number 7, Purim is easier to spell than Chanukah, Chanukah, Hanukkah, whatever, the Hebrew name for the Festival of Lights. Number 6, you don't have to cook for 40 people. Number 5, you don't have to build a sukkah and eat outside in the rain or cold. Number 4, you get to drink wine and you don't have to stand for Kiddush. Number 3, you can't eat Humantashen on Yom Kippur. Number 2, you won't get hit in the eye by a lulav. Number 1, Mordechai 1, Haman 0.
Thank you, Denny. You didn't write those. All right. You think you could do better if you had to write them? If you want, we'll give you 5 minutes to write your own version, and then you can read those.
Well, it has to be.
We continue
it
now.
has to be more than 5 minutes. Thank you.
We continue now with the Mariv service, beginning with the Baruch on page 146. You may rise.
Baruch Adonai.
And now I'd like to turn to Beth Patrick for a Jewish joke.
Sorry. Okay. 4 Jewish ladies are playing a game of cards in Miami Beach. The first lady sighs and says, "Oy." The second lady nods, sighs, and says, "Oy vey." The third one says, "Oy vey's mir." The fourth lady chimes in. Enough talk about the children already. Let's get back to the game.
Ha ha ha.
I think they were playing mahjong, actually.
We turn now to that's very funny, Beth. We turn now to the Shema, page 152 for the Declaration of Faith.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kavod Malachuto Le'olam Vaed Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Vaed. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
V'ata et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam libanecha v'dibarta bam Bishiftecha bebetecha ubelektecha baderech ubeshachpecha ubekumecha ukeshartam laot ayadecha v'hayula totofot bein anecha uktatam amezot betecha ubisharecha Laman tiskaru vasitem et ko mitzvotai item kirushim nelechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeitiechem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lechem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gate. Thus you shall remember to observe all my mitzvot, to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet. We continue with the Mi Chamocha, page 158.
Kamocha ba'alim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, no rak tehilot osef bele, no rak tehilot osef bele. Malachutecha ra'onecha, okei hayam lifnei Moshe Miriam, ze'elianu ba'amru, ze'elianu ba'amru, Adonai imlok le'olam vaed, Adonai imlok le'olam vaed. Mi kamocha ba'alim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, lo rak tehilot osef bele, lo rak tehilot osef bele. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ne'emar kipada Adonai et Yaakov, u'lo mi'ad chazak ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. ופרוס עלינו סוכת, סוכת שלומך. יא לה לה לה, יא לה לה לה, יא לה 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 לה, יא לה לה לה, יא לה לה לה, יא לה 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 לה.
Whoa! Now, this next joke that Pam Katz is going to tell, I'm allowing under protest. Steve Bold can tell you that if I was going to do something like this on Yom Kippur, it would be swimming, not golfing. And there are numerous people who can tell that it might be hiking. But again, not golfing. Over to you, Pam.
The rabbi was an avid golfer and played at every opportunity. He was so addicted to the game that if he didn't play, he would get withdrawal symptoms. One Yom Kippur, the rabbi thought to himself, what's it going to hurt if I go out during the recess and play a few rounds? Nobody will be the wiser, and I'll be back in time for services. Sure enough, at the conclusion of the morning service, the rabbi snuck out of the synagogue and headed straight for the golf course. Looking down upon the scene were Moses and God. Moses said, look how terrible a Jew on Yom Kippur, and a rabbi besides. God replied, watch, I'm going to teach him a lesson. Out on the course, the rabbi stepped up to the first tee. When he hit the ball, it careened off of a tree, struck a rock, skipped across the pond, and landed in a hole for a hole-in-one. Seeing all this, Moses protested, God, this is how you teach him a lesson? He got a hole-in-one. Sure, said God, but who is he going to tell?
The joke is not funny, and it's not true. I want to deny it right now. But if it was true, I wouldn't have got a hole-in-one anyway. But thank you, Pam. We continue now with the tefillah, beginning on page 164. Please rise.
Adonai, sevetai tiftach, upi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGivor HaNorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומשיח ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, בעזרת שרה.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign, deliverer, helper, and shield, Blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'ezrat Sarah.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע מחכה חיים בחסד מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים שמח נופלים מרופא חולים ומתיר אסירים ומקיים אמונתו לשני יפה מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידה מלך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
We pause for a moment of silent prayer and meditation.
Oh, say shalom, shalom b'imramav. Hu yasem shalom aleinu. V'akol Yisrael v'imru amen. Hu yaseh Shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, Amen. Oh, say Shalom, Shalom b'imramav, Hu yaseh Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
Turn the sound up.
We turn now to the Mishaberach on page 371. You can type in to the messages those that you'd like us to pray for. No sound.
Up.
Dave?
No sound.
Now we can.
You hear me?
Can you hear me now? Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. As we turn to page 371 for the Mishaberach, we want to type into the messages all of those that we want to pray for. I have some very good news. Two of the people that we've prayed for are making very good recoveries. Warren Bencover had some renovation work done on his esophagus, and it's now good for another 50 years. And Harvey Gordon had a new set of teeth installed, and that's also guaranteed, I believe, for 50 years. So Harvey will be back to eating steaks in no time, and Warren will be back riding his bicycle up and down Sun City Grand. So we pray for all of those who are still in crisis and in trauma and in sickness. So we join together on page 371.
משפרה אבותינו, מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. משפרה אמותינו, מקור הברכה. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, I didn't lose my head.
Not yet.
He didn't have one.
I want to welcome you to Shushan. This is my kingdom. My name is King Achashverosh. These are not my most elegant royal outfit, but it's one of them. And we're about to read the Megillah in just a minute. I'm going to ask one of the court musicians to do the blessings. Can you do blessings in Hebrew?
Yeah, now I'm reduced to one of the court musicians.
Oh, okay.
I want to be the chief court musician.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to demote you. You're the chief, but you know, the chief court musician attracts the ire and anxiety of the king more.
Oh, I'll hide.
Okay. And are you the chief?
I have nothing.
We haven't been able to figure out your costume, but we're still working on it.
Crazy.
But I was married to Vashti for a long time, and I'm a king. So when I asked her to do something simple, I expected her to comply. This is not a kingdom that's particularly forward thinking. We don't have feminism here yet. And the internet is just slowly being introduced. My prime minister, as you know, was a man named Haman. Haman? Oh, boo. And Haman was not in favor of the internet at all. I had to coax him a little bit, and I had to threaten him. He liked wearing a hat that had these three corners. You may have seen it in the New York bakery at the corner. Or if you come to religious school, they've been baking hamantashen like you wouldn't believe for the last like 15 weeks. So Purim starts early and goes long. It's not like Yom Kippur that comes and goes before you know it. So anyway, I'm the king and I want to do a good job, but I have a problem. I admit it. I'm a little bit too much into the wine and song part of my being a king. Now, kings are supposed to toast to the health of their constituents. So we don't use the word, what does a king have? Subjects. Thank you. Not constituents, but I overdo this a little bit, especially when I'm leading Torah study. Whoops. Kings don't lead Torah study, do they? No, but especially when I'm presiding over the many ceremonies that I normally preside over as king. Okay. Opening new supermarkets. We don't have this is another thing Haman wouldn't let us introduce. So there's a guy that sells vegetables. There's another person selling fruits. There's a meat guy. Everything is separate. And so I said to Haman, what about one big store with everything there and even Wi-Fi? And Haman said, no, over his dead body. And So I started looking for a more modern, forward-thinking minister, and there was this guy, Mordecai. And so I thought, Mordecai, would you take Haman's place? And I wasn't planning to hurt Haman. I just thought that it was maybe time for him to take on a different job. Maybe he could be a chief court musician when I executed the previous court musician head. And so, but he didn't take kindly to that, and there was a big fight. And Haman said to Mordecai, bow down before me. Mordecai said, I won't do it. And well, the rest is, as they say, history. And so every year we gather and we wear our ridiculous hats and costumes. I see a lot of people are sitting there in pajamas and funny hats don't match because of Zoom. And we celebrate by having a big feast on Purim and by giving matanot le'evyonim, which means gifts to those less fortunate. And to do that particular mitzvah, you have to do it on Purim, and also all sorts of other fun things. And most of all, eat a hamantashen for me, right? Is there a song like that? There should be. Eat a hamantashen for me. Baruch and I can do it as a duet someday. Right, Beverly? And so I want to wish everyone a very happy Purim as we commence a shortened and lively version of the reading of the scroll of Esther, Megillat Esther. Chag Sameach.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mikra Megillah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Amen. Rabbi, before we start, I have a quick joke.
As long as it's not involving rabbis golfing.
No, not at all. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Vayhi b'mei Ahashverosh.
What am I supposed to say?
Vayhi b'mei Ahashverosh. Who, right?
Oh, who?
Ahashverosh hamelech mehodu ve'ad kush sheva ve'asri me'abedina vayamim hahem keshevet hamelech Ahashverosh al kisei malchuto asher b'shushan be'ira Ishnat shalosha lemalcho aseh mihishteh lechol sa Rav Avadav, Hail Peres Umadai, Apartamim, Veshatsar, Rehe Medina Lefanav, Beharato, Et Asher Kevod Malchuto, Ve'et Yakar, Tiferet Gedula, Yamim Rahabim Shmonim V'Mahayom. Ish Yehudi Haya Beshushan Beira Ushmo Mordechai.
Yay!
Ben Yair ben Shim'i ben Kuhush Ish Yaminihi Asher Hogla Merushalayim Ihim Gedula Asher Haglata Ihim Yechane Melech Yehuda Asher Hegla Nebuchadnezzar Melech Bavel Vayhi omein et Hadassah hi Esther Beit doho ki in love va'em Benaraha Yahafahat Ta'ir Tovat Mar Uvmahot Aviha Ve'imaha Lekacha Mordechai Lo Levat Vayhi Behishamaha Davar HaMelech Vedahato Uvhi Ve'etz Benorahot Rabot Al Shushan Habiraha Ehel Yahad Hagei Vetikalaha Ehester El Beit HaMelech Al Yahad Hagi Shamer Hanashim. And to read the English, we have the Gomez family.
A long, long time ago, in a town called Shushan, there lived a king named Ahasuerus. King Ahasuerus liked to have parties. He would invite all of his friends to the palace. At the end of every party, the king would ask his wife, Vashti, to dance for his friends. He would call, Vashti, Vashti, come and dance. I don't feel like dancing. I have a headache, cried Vashti. King Ahasuerus was very angry. He was the king and no one ever said no to him. If you don't dance, you will have to leave Shushan, he shouted. I don't care, cried Vashti. My head hurts. You must leave Shushan now. You are no longer the queen, the king told her. Now that Vashti was gone, King Ahasuerus missed her. He was very lonely. He decided to have a beauty contest. I will choose the most beautiful girl in Shushan to be my new wife and the queen, he announced.
Excellent job, Isabella. Excellent job.
Now, Isabella, who are you dressed as?
I just wore a wig. I'm not dressed as anyone.
Well, I like your blue hair.
Thank you.
Everybody get your groggers ready. Get your shakers ready. There's going to be some, you know whose name is coming up. I won't mention it. I don't want to be booed. All right. Hadvarim ha'elek Yidal hamelech Ahashverosh et Haman Ben Hamdata Hagiga Nasehu Vayasam et Kihiseh Me'ahal Ken Hasharim Asher Ito V'chol Ahavdei Hamelech Asher B'Sha'ar Hamelech Kir'im O Mishtachavim Lechaman Kiken Tzivalo Hamelech Umordechai Lo Yichra Velo Yishtakaveh Ve'amru Ahavdei Hamelech Asher B'Sha'ar Hamelech LeMordechai Madua et over et mitzvahat hamelech vayehi kamraham alav yom bayom velo shama alehem ve'agidu lechaman Birot yamdu divrei Mordechai Hi lachem asher hu Yehudi vayar Haman Ki ein Mordechai Orea Mishach Betacha vehela ve'im alecha Haman. Loach Yad B'Mordechai. Levadaho Ki Hagidaho Loho Etaha Mordechai. Vakesh Haman. Bet Kol Hayudi Mashkeher Kol Machodesh Ahashverosh Im Mordechai. We now have the Davies family who's going to read for us.
I'll tell you,
Easy.
Stella, Walter,
Hi.
you ready to go?
Yeah.
Go ahead and read. Go ahead.
I will. Geez. Mordecai, a Jew living in Shushan, was the king's friend. He had a beautiful niece named Esther. Mordecai told Esther, "Go to the beauty contest. I'm sure the king will choose you to be his new queen." Esther said, "I'm not sure the king will like me, but I will go." The king took one look at Esther and said, "You're the most beautiful girl in Shushan. Will you marry me?" Esther nodded, "Yes." The king married Esther and was happy. Esther was happy. Mordecai was happy. Everyone in Shushan was happy except for one man. His name was Haman, and he worked for the king. Haman did not like Mordecai or the Jewish people because they would not bow down to him. Haman he told the king, "I think all the Jews should leave Shushan. They are different from us. They have their own God and their own laws. They refuse to bow down to me." The king listened to Haman. Yes, the Jews will have to leave Shushan.
Excellent job, Stella. Excellent job. Do you have a funny hat on? Do you have
No.
Well,
She has funny hair color.
Isabella had her blue hair and Stella has her blonde hair. So we'll wait to see if Ethan has any color.
Andre, I think you and I should get our hair changed.
We will have to go and see. I know some students in the school who would be happy to volunteer to color our hair, whatever is left of it. Vayehi bayom hashlishi vetil bahash Esther malchut vetamohot vechatzer betamelech hafnimi nochach betamelech hamelech Yehoshev al kisei malchuto bebeit Hamalchut nochach petach habayit vayhi kerei hamelech et Esther omedet bechetzer na'asehen beinav v'yoshev hamelech leEsther et David hazahav asher be'adaho V'tikrah Esther. V'tigaha berosh hashahar v'it v'yomer la melech malach Esther. Uma v'kash tenech
Not two.
Nikan lach Vatomer Esther Im al hamelech Tov yavo hamelech v'chaman Hayom et hamishte asher asita li Bayom hahu naten hamelech Ashverosh LeEsther.
Yay!
Yay!
Beit Haman. Norea Yehudim Mordechai. V'halifnei hamelech ki agida Esther. Mahila v'yasar hamelech et tavoto asher ha'avir mechaman. Vayna leMordechai.
Yay.
V'tashem Esther. Et Mordechai. Al Beit Haman. V'tosef Esther. V'tamder lifnei hamelech.
I had pills. Now I go right.
Lahav. V'tevech v'chit chanein lahav lechavir et rat Haman. Agagi veit mechashveto asher chashav al hayehudi.
You got something up in your nose.
All right, we now have Ethan who's going to do the next reading for us. Ethan, are you with us?
Yep.
Go ahead, Ethan.
The Jewish people were sad. They did not want to leave Shushan. Mordecai went to see his niece, Esther. He told her, Haman wants the Jews to leave Shushan. You must help us. Tell the king that you are Jewish. Esther was afraid that the king might get angry, but she knew she had to help the Jewish people. She went to see the king, and she told him, if Haman makes all the Jews of Shushan leave, then I shall have to leave too, because I'm Jewish. King Ahasuerus was sad. He loved Esther, and he didn't want her to leave. He said, Esther, I'll protect you and all the Jewish people. You will stay, but Haman must leave. Esther had saved the Jews of Shushan. Now that Haman was gone, King Ahasuerus was happy, Queen Esther was happy, Mordecai was happy, and all the people in Shushan were happy. And because everyone was so happy, they decided to have a party.
Yeah, king's into parties.
Ethan, tell us a little bit about, show off your hair since everybody else is showing off their hair.
Take your hat off.
You've got the blonde. Nice. Good job. And the hat goes along with it. Very good. Excellent job. All right, let's conclude this thing. You ready to cheer on Mordecai, cheer on Esther, boo Haman? Let's finish this thing. Ooh, Mordecai. Yatsa milifnei hamelech v'yavosh malchut hakelet v'hefur v'ateret achav gedula v'tachrifus v'argaman v'ha'ir shushan zahala v'samecha la yehudim ha'tahara v'simcha v'shushan v'yikar. All right, we're getting ready for the big end. Vayasem hamelech Ahasuerus mahas al haaretz ve'i hayam v'chol meseh tikva urahato uparashat gedulat Mordechai. Asher Gilo HaMelech Halohem Ketovim Al Sefer Divrei Chayamim La Malchei Madai Ufaras Ki Mordechai. Hayehudi Halamelech Ahasuerus Vegadol Yehudim Veratzu Lerov Echav doresh tov le'amo. Udo beher shalom lechol zaro. Everybody cheer!
Good job.
Great job, Andre.
Yeah, now I can drink water. And for the blessing afterwards, the cancer. Thank you all.
Eloheinu melech haolam, Orav et rivenu, v'hadon et dinenu, v'hanokhem et nikmotenu, v'hameshalem megevul echol oyeve nafshenu, v'hanifra lanu mitzorenu. Baruch atah Adonai hanivra lamo Yisrael mikol tzorehem ha'el HaMoshiach.
Rabbi, if I may, just for a second.
And now we have, I believe, an anthem that's going to be sung, Shoshanas Yaakov, and I deliberately pronounced it in my best Yiddish translation, not Shoshanat Yaakov, but Shoshanas Yaakov, because this is a special anthem in which language? Is it Persian?
It's modern day Persian, it's Yiddish.
Yiddish.
And it's the same story as you just told, abbreviated version. Are we on? Oh, go ahead, Andrew.
If I may, just real quick, I apologize for interrupting, Rabbi, but I meant to, and Cantor, I know you will agree, and certainly those who've been with our congregation for a while will know, I really wanted to dedicate the reading of the Megillah tonight to the memory of our longtime member and friend and Megillah reader, Abe Math, of blessed memory. May his memory forever be a blessing. And I really, tonight, it meant a lot to read it, and I thought of him the entire time.
But you did great, Andre.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Great.
Shoshanat Yaakov, Zahala v'samecha, bir'otam yachad, techelet Mordechai. Shoshanat Yaakov, Zahala v'samecha, bir'otam yachad, techelet Mordechai. Amen hat gewollt, die Jiden aufhängen, Amen hat gewollt, die Jiden umbringen, Amen hat gewollt, die Jiden tun het Zora, Israelian geboren, die Kapora, Shoshanat Yaakov, Zahara v'samecha, birotam yachad, techelet Mordechai. Amen hat gewollt, die Jiden aufhängen, Amen hat gewollt, die Jiden umbringen, Amen hat gewollt, die Jiden tun het Säure, Israelien geboren, die Kapora, Shoshanat Yaakov, Zahara v'samecha, birotam yachad, techelet Mordechai. Hi.
Whoa. Very nice.
Thank you.
And what does it mean that you just
It's
sang?
the story about how they hung him on the same thing, and I too dedicated. We were thinking about Abe the whole time. We miss Abe.
But in the version we read, they didn't do any hanging of anybody. He just left town.
Yeah, but they weren't Yiddish, you know.
Ah. We now turn to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. As we remember all of those who passed away, I'd specifically like to mention Robert Gurney, our treasurer, one of the leaders of our congregation, who passed away last week, mourned by his wife Alice, mourned very deeply by Alice, and their children and grandchildren and friends and family. We also remember the yard sites of Robert Ackerman, the husband of Francis, Amnon Eisenstadt, the father of Miriam Bester, Dr. Stuart Bentcover, the brother of Warren Bentcover, Sylvia Berkowitz, the mother of Arnold, Jack Black, the husband of Teresa, Arnold L. Bachner, the brother of Brenda, Paul Kramer, the husband of Roselle, Celia Crystal, the mother of Fran Ackerman, Abraham Goldenberg, the father of Lael Summer, and Ruth Turk Goldenberg, the mother of Lael Summer, Yale Kirsch, the father of Judy Maggi, Sally Krowitz, the mother of Shelley and Rochelle Krowitz, Elaine Lang, the mother of Roberta Harris, Norma Switsky Lieb, the mother of Richard Switsky, Herman Leon, the father of Florence Leon, Owen Litt, the husband of Riva, Goldie Manis Zager, the mother of Michael Zager, Rose Turk Merowitz, the aunt of Lael Summer, Arthur F. Mollet, the fiancé of Phyllis Jacobs, Leanna Knappen, the mother-in-law of Harold Barishman, Alfred Newman, the good friend and employer of Phyllis Jacobs, Marcia Rosenberg, the sister of Norman Plotkin, Marilyn G. Shavansky, the aunt of Roz Goldstein, Bernard Shire, the father-in-law of Shirley, and Robert Schlein, the husband of Susie. And everyone can type in additional names of loved ones and friends who are no longer with us as we join together in the Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. Yitzgadal v'yitzgadash shemei rabbah v'yalma dibra krute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon b'yom echad u'b'chaye dekol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'b'zman kariv v'yamru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevorach li'olam u'lemei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'tpoar v'truman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalel v'yitalel shmei d'kutsha brichu le'la min kol berchata v'shutta tush b'chata v'nechamata damiram bi'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shlomo rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and all humanity, to which we say,
Amen.
It's time to turn to the Kiddush and the Hamotzi. As King Achashverosh, I've been drinking all day, but
all right.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu, l'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon inkim lanu, zikaron l'maseh b'reishit, yom tehila l'mikrei kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki banu v'charta, v'tanu kidashta, mikol amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, b'ahava uvratzon, inkaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh, Ashar.
L'chaim.
All right.
Now, do you have a hamantash in there?
No, I've got to, raisin challah. You can have the big slice.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lecha min haaretz. Amen.
Amen. I think we're at the end of our Shabbat service and our Purim celebration. Andre, any final words about Purim?
Just to keep, especially in this year, this Purim being so different than last Purim, it is important to keep one thing the same. Keep laughing, keep telling jokes, keep smiling, keep feeling that we will be triumphant. That's the attitude that we must keep.
And we don't have our entire Hebrew school, religious school contingent with us, but we have a sizable percentage. And so welcome to all of the families that are with us here tonight. We now conclude with the benediction and then finally Tefillat Haderech.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
Ken yehi ratzon.
May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
Ken yehi ratzon.
May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
Ken yehi ratzon.
May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace, health, happiness, and most important of all, much love. And let us say one final time,
Amen.
Amen.
May we be blessed as we go on our way. May we be guided in peace. May we be blessed with health and joy. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. May we be sheltered by the wings of peace. May we be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion find their way to every soul. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen.
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach and Shabbat Shalom and Happy Purim.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Happy
The wonderful, wonderful service.
Enjoyed the service.
Everyone have a joyful and peaceful week.
Phyllis Hibbett, I love the hat.
You like that? Oh, cute.
Oh, cute.
Chewing gum.
Shabbat shalom.
Get out.
Shabbat shalom. How are you too?
Also, Ray Bolnick, who's a beautiful Queen Esther.
Hi, Judy.
Hi.
Wow. Oh, fellas, you look great.
You like that?